I have this dream where I am on America's Got Talent, and I turn into a mermaid who catapults herself from the bottom of a pool and somersaults in the air. The act culminates with me becoming a firecracker, vanishing in puffs of glitter. There is a gasp in the theater that sucks the air in. You think you were inside Darth Vader's lung. Heidi Klum faints, Howie Mandel hyperventilates, and Tara Banks has a cake of glitter on her face. The judges' yes buzzers go off, and champagne-filled giggling gummy bears fall on the stage like hail. When Simon Cowell asks how I learned to be this gymnastics swim singing mermaid that explodes in midair, I tell him that it's you who taught me the secrets of pixie theatrics. But you missed the entire show because you were playing Dungeons and Dragons. Or you were chaperoning your ESL high school students at a social justice camp led by Frederick Douglass. Or you were chaperoning your ESL high school students at a social justice camp playing Dungeons and Dragons with Frederick Douglass. In the end, I lose to a tap dancing bedbug who does imitations of Joan Rivers. America will never vote for a queer Filipino, even if it can become a mermaid aerialist magician. 11. Standing next to you in your ESL class during lockdown drill, I notice your handwriting looks like felt-tip stratocumulus clouds struck by sunlight, and I want to read the class my gushy odes to you. Okay, class, screw the lockdown. I lived through a real-life lockdown last month in Lubbock, Texas. So as someone who is alive, what you need to know is that Mr. Brendan is a great poet who makes me write great poems too, and brings me intense feeling. And then I take words that stampede my imagination, and my poems to Mr. Brendan are gifts. And poets need other poets, like we need hearts to keep us alive and moving and pumping to say, I'm here. No, you can't read my poems to Mr. Brendan, and I won't perform them because that would be embarrassing and they may be overly detailed in homoerotic sensory imagery. And Mr. Brendan and I may lose our jobs, but they are my best fucking poems in a long fucking time. And the best poems are the ones that make you feel like you are a poet, like you fell in a passionate armpit of poetry. And what surfaces is this magical creature, washed in all these poetic devices that Mr. Brendan is teaching you. And sometimes Mr. Brendan is a magical creature. Have you figured him out yet? Well, join the club, kids. Neither have I. But you know what? Poetry has answers, and poetry is the language I have with Mr. Brendan, or occasional text. But this poem will be hard to text, and it looks better on paper. 13. To wake up touching my elbow, thinking, to wake up touching my elbow, thinking, Go in!
It's a beautiful elbow.
It's a beautiful elbow, and I'm going to jump to the last part. How have you been given the defibrillator to jumpstart this poem? Rebooting this jalopy of a heart.